So apart from the tour and the single, what else does next year hold for you?
We don't know yet. Obviously we're doing a lot of touring I think next year. We're doing the arena tour, indoor arena tour. There's talk of some more touring in the summer. And obviously we're talking about doing maybe an album next year as well, so we have to talk about all that after Christmas. But
might even split up during the summer.
I'm sure it's going to be a busy year. We're going to split up for 5 weeks now at Christmas. Splitting up, well exclusive, 5 weeks. Then we're going to make a massive comeback in January.
Territories and anywhere else like that.
Do you know what? It's like, for us, it's kind of like international stuff. You know, the ballads haven't really been working for us. What About Now was doing quite well in some of the radio stations, but we kind of feel like with Beautiful Tonight that more than likely we'll get our foot back in the door. Radio stations will start looking at it in a more kind of
I think radio is more important now. Like before, Westlife, it was all TV based. Now there's less TV, and you've got like just big shows. But radio is even more important now than it ever was. It's kind of turned into like American.
We tell you what we don't want, and I think you'd agree. Is last year we made a great album called Where We Are, and we won single off it in November, and then that was
died.
This year I think we feel we made an even better album. And we don't just want to have Safe, as I say, okay, we're going now with Beautiful Tonight. But even aside from Beautiful Tonight, regardless of that there's still other tracks on the album. The Reasons should be a single in my opinion. I Will Reach You should be a single. And then if we look, I think we had this kind of ambition to emulate somebody like the way Pink does it, or the way, when they have a big album and they've had like 4 or 5 singles. And single 4 might not necessarily be as good as single 1, but they're all really decent songs. And they might not have charted really high, but they've tipped along, and the album's tipped along, and you might not buy the album until the 4th single. You go, Jesus, she's had really 4. Pixie Lot's another example of it. 4 singles in, 5 singles in, whatever, people have gone, geez, that must be a really good album, because I like 4 or 5 of those songs.
Or you like 2 out of the 5, or 3 out of the 5.
Yeah, and that's kind of like, with Westlife, we, over the last 12 years, well, not at the beginning so much, but certainly the way it's gone, it's been all kind of one single based around Christmas. And that's a cycle thing, to be honest with you. That's the
we know it needs to change. We know the formula for Westlife needs to change. We need to have like 3 or 4 singles off every album, and they need to be airplay hits. They need to be like, we can't just be continuing one single before Christmas, put all our eggs in one basket, see you later. It's like, that's not what we want to be as a band. We want to be a band that releases music, that releases 4 or 5 songs, and if a song goes into the charts at number 20 because people have it on the album already, we're not really bothered by that anymore. It's not really about that anymore for us. It's about releasing music.
And contractually, it's an interesting year for us as well. So
are you coming out of contract?
Discuss.
Are you coming out of contract?
Very near to. So we'll see.
I think you might stay.
No.
It's the $1 million question, isn't it?
Do you see what the album?
Will you need $1 million to stay?
It's the $10 million question.
No, I think it's more about what's right for us.
It's the right decision.
It's not just money.
We don't know. We haven't actually discussed it. I think he just threw that one out.
But it will be an interesting year next year.
Well, it is an interesting year because there's a lot of conversations to be had. So it will be a big year for Westlife in 2011.
Do you feel excited or nervous?
I feel excited about next year. I think because we feel we have a very strong single after Christmas, and we feel that we have 2 or 3 more options for a very strong single if we had a 3rd single. So musically we're very strong. We're probably stronger than we have in 3 or 4 years. But
it's a strong album. We need it to be heard. I think.
But it's all about how it's put out there, how it's put out to the market. It's very important that it's pushed as much as it needs to be pushed. So, but look, there's lots of politics in the music industry too, so we have to wait and see. But we're definitely excited about the tour and stuff like that. Definitely, yeah.
Will we ever see you at a festival?
Festival?
Festival, that's a bit.
I don't think
attending. Maybe attending.
You'll see me drunk in the corner.
I don't think. Yeah, it's hard to know. If you got offered a festival like that, you wouldn't consider it. But I think it's hard to pick.
I've been to a few festivals.
A festival. I don't think it's a Westlife audience. I don't think it might go down worse than it does good for us. But
do you know what? The Isle of Wight. We probably
played Isle of Wight already.
No, but the actual festival.
Oh,
we
festival.
We just did our own gig in the Isle of Wight.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we could probably do something at that festival. That's a bit more pop. That festival.
Who performs at the Isle of Wight? Hi, Nicky Whitman.
Well, last year Jay-Z closed the night I was there, and Florence and the Machine was on before. But like they had like a pop tent.
They started a pop tent for the first time last year.
Yeah, they had like a pop tent where it was like Wonderland.
Maybe put it this way: if it was there and if it suited our schedule, yeah, why not?
Yeah, okay.